This is the most satisfying thing ever. I'm not really a soda person, I'm the iced tea type of person, but I really like this one. It's a thing right now in Denmark. This brand, San Pellegrino Naturali Arancia Fico di India. So good. My goal for the summer was to record a summer vlog from Copenhagen, but honestly my life has been so boring and a little bit depressive this summer. I don't know why, but I've been in some sort of mental slug the entire time, and I didn't really go anywhere besides going to Poland and actually to Finland for a few days, beginning of July. But ever since I came back to Denmark mid-July, I just stayed home most of the time. When we had some days of a nice weather, I would go to the park or to the beach, but I didn't really feel like there's enough to film. And now we have 28th of August. And here we go. I'm catching up. Fresh out the slumber, na 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 na. And today there is 24 degrees in Copenhagen and full on sun, which means it's obligatory to go to the park or go somewhere in a bikini and tan all day, which honestly is my favorite part of Danish summer. In Poland we don't do that here. Although we're in a city, people go to the park and just lay in bikinis and tan all day with beers and drinks. Also drinking is illegal in Poland in public spaces like in the park, and here it's not, so everyone brings beers or Prosecco or whatever and they're chilling. Whenever there's a nice weather and you don't do that, it feels like you're wasting your life essentially. It just also gives me anxiety sometimes when I don't have plans on a sunny day and I stay home seeing how beautiful it is outside and everyone posts on Instagram stories how beautiful it is and they're in a park or somewhere. So today will not be one of those days. I actually finished work earlier so I can go to the park and chill, and honestly I would be so bored if all I was doing was sitting there. So I'm going to bring a book and I want to show you some of the books I recently read. I used to be obsessed with reading when I was in high school, obsessed. I remember putting my school textbook and then inside of it my fantasy romance book, so when my parents were coming to my room they would think that I was studying while actually there was a book inside, some romance, vampire romance happening. Also I remember at night my parents were telling me to go to sleep because there was school the next day, so I had my phone and lighter and I was under my bed. Not under my bed, under my sheets reading. So I used to be really obsessed with that. And then I think when Netflix started being popular in Poland, much later than in US, then I think it just became easier to put Netflix show on because it doesn't take so much from you mentally like reading. But I think because of that I have issues falling asleep because I keep watching Netflix, just one more episode, and then it ends up being 1 AM and I'm like, I've been meaning to go to sleep for 2 hours. So I started reading again this summer, and some books that I've read and I enjoyed. This one, I'm glad my mom died. The title I know is absolutely crazy, but I am an absolute sucker for a good biography, okay? This is my favorite read to do, reading about people's lives and their issue, and I really enjoyed this one because she talks, if you don't know, she's been a star of Nickelodeon show, iCarly. It's mainly about her relationship with her toxic mother and all of those years, how she didn't want to be a child actress, but she felt like she has to do it to please her mother. And it's something I can relate to, being a people pleaser and also maybe sometimes not having the best family relationships. Anyway, really good book. If you like biographies, I definitely recommend this one. Also another biography, Down the Drain by Julia Fox. I loved it. I didn't really know much about her. I just know her that she dated Kanye West after Kim Kardashian, basically that's it. But I really liked the book, and it was also a very random find. My last day in Australia, I was walking around the neighborhood and I found this bookshop and they had this top 10 books and it was one of them. And I started going through it, and then the shop assistant came over to me and was like, oh, do you need any help? And I was like, oh no, I'm just like looking at it. And she was like, I really recommend this one. I really do. And honestly, I loved it. Not because I'm a Julia Fox fan precisely, although I do enjoy a lot of her interviews and comments. I think she's really funny. But I think she just had a very interesting life. Again, biography with her family drama, addiction, dating drug dealers as a teenager, and movies and stuff. I think it was just a very nice read. And I actually highlighted some stuff, which I normally don't do, but I started doing that because I was always like, Virgo in me. I cannot destroy the books. I cannot highlight anything. And now I'm highlighting stuff. But also, like, I'm so crazy because you see, I take the, what's it called? Ruler. Yes, in English. I take the ruler and the pencil, and that's how I highlight things to make sure I don't ruin the book and it still looks cute. So I also really like the stuff she talked about her mother. I don't know, maybe there's a common theme in my books, bad relationships with mothers. And for example, this one, A profound sadness washes over me as I watch my friends bond with their moms. As I think to myself that my mom just doesn't realize what I'm capable of, I can't shake the feeling that I'm not good enough. I can't help but feel like I'm missing out on something fundamental in life. Relatable queen. Oh my gosh, I highlighted so much here. Here she talks about her father, and I feel like that situation is very relatable to me. I feel so much rage toward him for ruining my life. I lose all respect for him. I'm 9 years old and I've mentally and emotionally checked out from this family. Unfortunately, I know I have a long way to go before I can physically check out, so for the next few years I just have to be in survival mode. I want to love him, but I often find myself wishing he could just be an asshole all the time. This way I wouldn't have all these inner battles with myself. I learned to navigate my way through shattered expectations and constant disappointments by putting an impenetrable wall up between us. Every time I let my guard down, I'm quickly reminded why my defenses were up in the first place. It's nearly impossible for me to flourish in an inconsistent, hostile environment, especially when my own growth is so intertwined with this. I'm forced to face the unsettling reality that the people who are supposed to protect us are sometimes the same people we need protection from. Then this one, Cleopatra and Frankenstein, which I've read in Australia, Thailand and Australia trip. And this was straight out from the book talk. I saw it on TikTok, recommended, and the book, I mean, is absolutely visually beautiful. You cannot say that it's not. I don't particularly feel like it's a must read and you're really missing out on something if you don't, because it's just like a romance book from, you know, the whole love story. But I did enjoy it. It was a very nice read. And that brings me to the last book, Everything I Know About Love. Again, this has been all over TikTok, and I tried reading this book a year ago maybe, and I just stopped because honestly I felt a little bit bored by it. But at the same time, it was the first book I've reached out to when I started to read again, and now that I'm better at reading, I will give it another try. And that's the one I'm bringing to the park today, and that's my whole point of this. Let's go now. This park is like so random. There's a guy next to me, shirtless guy with cigarette in his mouth doing yoga. Then in front of him, middle-aged ladies just like enjoying themselves. And then to my right, there's a guy playing guitar, and behind him, a bunch of teenagers playing games. Someone's playing music as well. I don't know if you can hear, but so random. So relaxing, honestly. If you live in a cold country, people who watch from warm countries, you cannot understand this. You cannot understand how most of the year it's dark and cold and windy and shitty, and now when just feeling warmth on your skin is honestly the best feeling ever. And you have to soak it up, all that vitamin D, for the rest of the year before it gets so, shitty again. We're in the public bathroom, by the way. They're in every park in Denmark, and it's honestly the best thing ever, because like in Poland it's such a struggle. When you're in the beach or in the park, you know where to go to the bathroom, and here always parks do. And even, as you can see behind me, if you're doing drugs there, you can pull the needle, so you don't have to harm anyone when you're doing drugs. Yay! Today is the day of my birthday party. My friends are over in the living room, and I'm doing dinner for basically a bunch of people, and we're going Polish style, which means appetizers, main dishes, plenty of alcohol, and desserts. My Spanish flatmate Basque flatmate made Polish cake for me, which is going to be so nice. I will see you around. It's also nice weather day, as you can tell. The sun is blinding, which is not the case often in this country, so we're going to enjoy. Vodka, Polish quality. sorry. I don't know. Should I just blow the candles?
You want us to sing?
Yes.
Happy birthday, dear Veronica. Happy birthday to you.
The weirdest part about turning 27 for me personally is that right now I am the exact same age my mom was when she had me. Actually, she was 7 months pregnant when she turned 27, so basically I'm older than her. It doesn't bother me, but it's just really funny because my dad was 25 when he had me. My mom, yeah, just turned 27 when I was born. And when I was younger, I just imagined, oh, 25, that's when I will be married and I will have children. And now, you know, being 27, I'm like, I definitely don't feel the same as when I was 18. Definitely, I am more settled, you know, graduating university, having full-time job. Financial stuff are not a worry like they used to. Fingers crossed that it stays this way, really. But I still feel very much, I don't know, not like a child, but like young. And I remember this feeling of people who are 25, they are so grown up, such an adult, they know everything, they know how to do life. And today I'm going to the city center. We actually have a really nice weather right now. And what I love about all of the vlogs from Copenhagen is that they always, of course, show you city center and the cute shops, but the reality is that people don't really live there. I mean, some do, but it's really, really, really expensive. Copenhagen itself is really expensive. I'm going there right now by train because I don't live in a city center. Where I live, you see modern buildings that you would see in any big city in this world, probably. But today it feels right to see some of the beautiful, beautiful Copenhagen center, and I will take you with me. The weather today was absolutely amazing. It was so cool to walk around the canal and see everyone enjoying themselves, having fun, and having a reminder that I actually live in a very, very cool city, and that's why I moved here, for all of those moments. So it was a nice reminder that actually I live in a really nice place. And that's where I'm gonna end this vlog. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.